Hi friends, I'm Jocelyn Peters. I'm the maker and designer behind Mountain Song Designs, and welcome to this knitting tutorial. Today I'm going to share with you how to make a daisy stitch. Cute, fun little textural stitch, easy to make, so let's get to it. Here I'm working in the round. I'm making this on the right side of my fabric, although you can make this different ways, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But the basic idea is we're going to take the next 3 stitches here. I'm going to knit them together. Don't remove them, yarn over, knit them together again, and then slip it off. So here's what that looks like. I come over here, I knit through, I slide my right needle through, wrap the yarn there and knit it without removing those stitches, yarn over, wrapping it once, and then knit through those same 3 stitches one more time. There it is, and I remove all 3 at the same time. That's what it's going to look like. See, nice and cute. Let's do this again. I'll knit 2, and now I'll work another one. I come over to this 3rd stitch, and I knit all 3 together. I get my needle up through all 3, make sure it's right where it needs to be. When I bring the yarn, I try to keep it close to my needles instead of pulling it down there. It helps keep from getting a gap. Knit through, don't remove them. Yarn over and knit those 3 together again. There it is. And you'll see we're knitting 3 together, but we're also making sure that we still have 3 stitches here. So even though technically we are decreasing, we don't actually decrease because we've also made 2 more stitches in that same space. So let me show that to you one more time. Knit 2 here. Okay, so 3 stitches, slide my needle up through, make sure everything's settled, bring my yarn around, pull it through, leave those stitches on. And I like to have a nice tension here. I don't want to keep it too tight or have it too loose. You get a sense for it after you've done it a few times. Yarn over and knit through again. After I've done that, pull it off. I like to tug just ever so slightly to make sure these are nice and balanced, nice and even. So let me show you, if you, let's say you're working this flat. All you have to do, turn your work, because you're knitting it flat, I'll slip that one, just for fun, purl that. Now, here are my stitches, my daisy stitch stitches. All I'm gonna do is purl into each one. Purl, purl, purl. Let's do an extra one here so I can show this to you. And there it is. It's worked. So we've decreased but also increased at the exact same time, and so it looks lovely. Now I'm going to go back around so I can show you how you work this on the next round when you're working in the round. Hang on one second. Okay, I've worked all the way around, back around to my daisy stitch. To work these on the right side, so if I'm working in the round, I knit. You might have to pull those apart very gently. They do like to hang out together and cuddle up. You just knit through, and that's all there is to it. I'll show you one more time here. So see, I'm pulling them apart ever so slightly. Knit, knit, knit. No big deal. So there is the daisy stitch. It's a decrease with an increase all at the same time, and it makes this really lovely, lovely little texture. Now I'm going to show you in just a moment how to do this if you start on the wrong side. I don't know that you'll see that very often as called for in a pattern, but you know what? You never know. So hang on one moment and I will get it set up for you. Right, I have knit a few more rounds. Now I'm going to turn my work and show you what this daisy stitch looks like if you work it on the wrong side. You can certainly do it. So let's come here. All right, so now we're going to purl 3 stitches together. Okay, purl that, leave those on, yarn over, and then purl again. For me, this is a little bit easier when I do it on the right side, but it does work. So let's purl 2 more here. All right, let's purl 3 together, leave those stitches on, yarn over, don't let that yarn over pop off, knit 3 together, and slide all 3 off at the same time. Put this over. I'll do that one more time and then we'll look at the front here. So let's purl 2 and then do this one more time. All right, purl 3 together. Oh, except don't take them off your needle. Easy to put it back on if you forget, no big deal. Yarn over and purl 3 again. There we go. There we go. Let me purl 2 more here before I turn it, just to kind of anchor those in, and let's look. So you'll see these 3 together, it leans from the left to the right, just like this one does, from the left to the right. Our leftmost stitch is lying on top, just as it did when we knit them on the right side. So let's assume that we're going to be working this flat. If you're doing the daisy stitch on the wrong side, you're probably working flat. So what would this look like? I'll slip that stitch and hit the plain stitch, then just knit into each stitch. Knit, 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 just as we did when we put this on the right side. And look, it's exactly the same there. Let's work it again. Knit all 3 stitches. Okay. Let's work the last one here. All right, and sometimes they bunch up a little bit. You gotta double check that you have the correct stitch first. Not a big deal. There we go, knit, knit, knit. Let's knit 2 more to anchor it, and then we'll look at this. So here we go. That's the daisy stitch working on the fronts, and here's the daisy stitch using our purls on the wrong side. Looks exactly the same, and it's so lovely. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you on the next tutorial. Bye.